why LEC and LCS can't
All right,
close
here
the
we go.
gap to China and Korea. I think there's a lot of small things that makes it this way. When I look at the Eastern teams, I always feel like they are top shape individually. It's really rare you see someone misplay individually from an Eastern team. It almost always feels like they play every champ in the game, so they can always make good draft. Like they just have all the boxes ticked, you know. They have good drafts for the most part. I think in the early part of the tournament.
Dude, come on, man. This is so fucking cope. This is so cope. It's so cope. Their drafts are the most they're the most simplified, readable pieces of garbage in the entire world. This is literally one of the edges that like Western teams actually seem to have because they deviate from like the same thing. It's ironic that like people simply call their drafts. Everyone just calls a draft good if it wins. That's not like what the fuck.
That was not the case, but the longer
Although Rogue's drafts were terrible, but Rogue did it to themselves.
the tournament goes, the better their drafts get, and they play pretty much every champ on every role. There's never a case of someone not playing something, but I think for Western teams, there's usually more of a style that they have.
I mean, I agree with him though that Eastern players are generally just a lot better. I mean, that's really a lot of what it comes down to is that when everyone will eventually gravitate towards just playing the same exact things. I'm trying to think of like what is the best way that I can describe this. Eastern players are very good at executing upon previously practiced situations and patterns. They're very, very, very good at that. So if they find themselves in similar dragon dances, mid-game standoffs, late-game standoffs, fucking rotations, like whatever, they will execute upon it a lot better because they're very robotic in how they go about playing, very machine-like, right? And I've always advocated that we should look at the games where Eastern players tend to struggle, as well as the infancy of a lot of esports when it all starts out, where typically Eastern region teams actually do not perform better than Western region teams, which is, I think, maybe one of the reasons that I'm not familiar with Valorant, but typically, Western regions, even on global esport games, will always be more successful than Eastern region teams because the game isn't mapped yet. It's not mapped, it's not figured out, etc. So one of the things that I've always advocated for is that one of the best chances to beat Eastern region teams is to strip them of the machine-like pattern recognition that allows them to play the game on a more simple setting than the Western region players who are not as mechanically fine-tuned and not as like practiced and do not like as rigorously what the fuck? Practice the same exact things over and over and over. And you do that by finding things that are legitimately good and then dragging them into your world. Because for instance, like, all right, let's say hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, let's say Larson has 100 games on Alawi, right? Or something. And Larson has played against fucking Silas like 30 times, okay? It does not matter. It does not matter. Now, Larson played really good yesterday. I think he actually played a lot better than the enemy mid in the games. But what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter how good the Eastern region mid laner is if you are really, really good at Alawi or like something. In this example, I'm just using Alawi because Silas is one of the most popular champions of the tournament, and Alawi literally shoves her tentacle so far up Silas's ass that it comes out his mouth. So basically, if you're really, really good at Alawi, not only does the opponent not really know what's going on to a certain extent, doesn't know what's going on, but then also the mid-game team fights, they don't have damage foresight, they don't know what the fuck is happening, and also you've stripped from them the identical patterns and gameplay that they would like to do. You've altered it. And even if you're not as good as that player, you're gaining a lot of upside by dragging them into your world. And you can also see this in TCGs. When people go into fields and they're very outmatched, but they metagame the meta in a way where they get advantages by either playing like tech inside of their decks that people just don't expect or are not familiar with, and then they end up winning that way. And it's really fucking it's very weird that like something like this isn't understood, or that it's just not it's just very strange because you see it in RTSs as well. It's very strange. It's very 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 strange. It's like exploitive gameplay is just not something that people even try to do in League of Legends. Yeah, you drag them into untested waters. Yes, that's exactly it. You drag them into unfamiliar territory. And now, the most important thing is to determine and identify champions that are not actually bad, but that are capable of doing this, right? Or champions that are actually good, but that just aren't researched. Okay, look at Heimerdinger fucking support. Let's look at Heimer. Let me give you guys another example about how fucking stupid pro players are. All right, let's go to Heimerdinger. Let's talk about how fucking brain damaged everyone must be. All right, for this to be an actual reality right now. Let's talk about this. Let's take a look. All right, 12-12. All right, what are we in right now on Worlds? 12-18, right? We're in 12-18. Base turret increased by by 1. Base turret health was increased. Okay, this one's kind of sizable. And then there was this stat change. 12. Heimer support has been in the game for how long? How fucking long has he been here? Oh, just now everyone's saying that he's broken? Just now supports are saying they don't know how to play against him and that it's a bit of a problem. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, there is like 40 viable champions that are all absolutely insane right now. If you just pick them in the right spots, in the right team composition, they will flourish. These dumb I can't contain it. I'm so mad. I'm actually so mad at how cognitively impaired the professional League of Legends scene is when it comes to actually trying to problem solve and figure out and use critical thinking to further progress the game. I can't do it. I can't I can't watch Karthus press R and delete 75% of 5 of the enemy champion's HP, and pro players will still look at that and be like, I just don't think the champion's really that good. Like, it's not that good. I mean, like, if Karthus gets like first blood at 4 minutes, he's gonna ride the enemy jungle by like 2.5 levels and fucking maybe even flame horizon him depending on matchup. But like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, it's not that good, you know? Like, I fucking hate this. I hate this so much. I hate it. I hate the way that problem solving is done. I hate the way that people don't attempt to progress anything. I hate the way that the pro scene is the equivalency to an Eastern region crunching for an exam, only to literally forget all of the material that they are crunching for that one fucking test 3 weeks later. I hate it all. I hate it all. And now what we witness is we're now going to witness the waters recede, right? In North America, we're going to witness the money is going to start to dry up. The well is going to start to dry up. We're going to notice that teams are probably going to start to get worse, and we're going to notice a decline in a lot of other areas. And it fucking sucks, dude. It fucking sucks. True. One sec.